workshop. Now, I was out walking the dogs yesterday and someone had been fly tipping. So I have got a 7 kilo butane bottle. And I've also got the, I don't know what it is, 15 or 20, the bigger one. So, I will take you to my paperwork. Wow. Plan is, now, this is the bigger one. If I take the top off, the valve guard, I can fit the smaller one inside of the bigger one. Okay, now if I put holes through here, and I put holes at the top, and I put holes in the bottom of the little one, I can make a gasification stove out of 2 gas bowls. So I can cap this here, so if I have a 190mm opening in the top of the small one, and a 210mm opening in the big one, that will give me a 10mm overlap, so I can get a weld right the way around the top. I'm going to have to split the big one, put the little one inside, weld it in, I'll put some wedges in here, so I've got a 26mm gap up either side. Hopefully that's enough. If it's not, I'm stuffed. And then I've got to weld this back together. Now I'm going to tack it to start with, in case I need to add additional holes to the little one. Does that all sound good to you? So, done a bit of maths on here, so we're going to go for 22mm holes all the way around here. And I'm going to need 32 of them. I'll put loads of holes in the bottom, but I'm also going to put a 22mm drain hole in the middle. Now, gasification stoves, when they run properly, don't create that much ash. If they smoke after they finish burning, then they need more holes, and they're not burning efficiently. But realistically, they don't use much ash. So my idea is I'll put a hole in the bottom so I can wash it out. So I can just wash out the last of the ash that should come out the bottom. I'm leaving the bottom on, probably leaving the bottom on both of them, just because I don't need to take it off, and it just saves grinding. So the valve covers need to come off. I may put the bigger valve cover back on afterwards on top of here, because that will give me a pot stand. But I may drop it down a bit. I'm not sure yet, but I'll wait. I need to cut that off anyway. So yeah, I've already taken the valves out and I've washed out both of the bottles. But someone had thrown them on a camp. They'd been on a fire, so the safety valve would have melted and it would have released the gas to stop the bottles exploding. So yeah, so that's the plan. So so it should end up something like that. But it should burn more really efficiently, something along the lines of a solo stove bonfire. I thought. Okay, so to start with, we need to remove the valve, wash out the can, and then remove that. Same with this one, remove that, and remove the valve. A pair of dividers. So if I set them there, Okay, so we've got our scored line here, which I'll try and mark a bit better. And I've put a ratchet strap around so I can loosen it, turn it and cut, because I don't want to cut this at this angle, I want to come in and cut at this angle. So this wants to come off flatter, because then I can use this as a lid to cover the whole thing once I'm done. Okay, so this line went a bit wonky, so I've gone and remarked off 20mm off of that centre line. And now I'm going to centre punch the lot. It's going to be boring, so I'll bring you back. Okay, so that's them all centre punched. Now if I cut this off, I'll be able to pull out my drill press and drill all of those holes on the drill press, which is going to be easier, isn't it? Yes, it is. Right, so this is a pretty important step, so I think I'll mention it. You need to fill these up with water to make sure there's no gas left inside them. Gas is heavier than air, so it can sometimes sit in the bottom. So just turn them upside down. Do you 100% trust it? So I'm going to do this again just to show you guys. So I'm just sticking a hose in there. Then that's going to fill up with water. It will push out any remaining gas inside it, so there's no chance of it exploding. Right, so then we need to mark this for the cutout. Then we can put our jets in, and then we'll have a lid. Once that's out of the way, and then we can tap the bottom back on. See where we're going. Excellent. Put this one with wood chop top off on, so that is this outer line, and then measured from this edge 65mm out. So this is give me enough of a bead, so I'm going to what I'm going to do is going to sit this on there, get it where I want it. I'm going to put wedges in here so this is equal all the way around, and then I'm going to grind. Once I've got the weld on there, I can grind this edge back to suit. Just because everything is a little bit wiggly and difficult to get exactly right. And then I've got to put drill all my jet holes in here, which are a bit smaller diameter to these. So hopefully these will suck in the air and then force air into the smaller hole. Loads of holes in the bottom here as well, which is going to be proper difficult. But with a small diameter drill, it should be alright. But the big holes are a real problem. Right, so that's all centre punched. I'm just going to drill them out. I'll go with the pilot first of all. Go with the battery top, use it. Right, so when you've drilled loads of holes with a battery drill, leave it to run, because obviously there's a fan in this, so it's cooling the drill down. So I've just done a lot of drilling, so I'm just going to let it cool, otherwise you can damage the windings inside. Right, so we got this fire last night, and then my drill started to get a little bit too hot. It was slipping in the chuck, so I knocked it up, I gave it up. So we'll get these drilled, and then we'll have a calculate on what the jets we need. Cheers, Preston. I'm going to have a tidy up as well, because it's a bit of a mess. Okay, so that's marked 39 marks, 20mm apart. I've done it with a bigger pen so you can actually see the marks. And then I'm just going to centre punch them and pilot them with a 3mm drill. Right guys, so these have gone through to 6mm, so I think we're ready to tack it up and see if it burns. What do you reckon? I'm really enjoying doing this. Okay, so I've got this as square as possible. I've banged some wedges in to keep this central, and then the other end I've clamped it so I can get a couple of tacks on here to hold it in position, and then I'm only going to tack it for now, and then I'll fully weld it when I know it works. So I've got a back door. That don't look bad. That don't look bad. Nice and square. I've just got some tacks here, so some pigeon poo here as well, because my earth was completely shredded. I didn't actually realise. Pig. Okay, right, so we've got holes in the bottom there. We've got a drain hole in the bottom there. And we've got the internals, and we've got the jets. And so obviously I've tacked there, in there. So that is plenty of airflow on the inside. There may not be enough on the outside, but I can always drill more on the outside, which will save me cracking it open again. That's the thought process anyway. So, only thing we can do now is burn it, innit? Get the bottom off. We've got some gasifying going on. Yeah. Right, so how did she do? Well, luckily all this horrible paint has started to burn off, which is decent. It burnt really well, but the bottom, because it's a curve, all of the ash and stuff tends to fall down and block it. So I had trouble lighting it because I'd lit it during the day and then put it out because it was quite smoky. There was still a bit of debris caught in there. I took the bottom off because it wasn't getting enough air. So I'm going to have to add, probably I'm going to put another row of holes around here. I'm going to put another roll of holes around here. Also, I'm going to add some more holes inside. I'll cut this out again. I'll put another row of holes around here to give us that extra burn in case these block up. Jets worked fine, and I've added another row of holes here. Right, my concern last night is that the bottom here, this part, as the ash comes along, it can clog up the holes. So I've put another higher ring of holes just to let a little bit more airflow in. I had trouble lighting it last night because I lit it and then I had to put it out, so there was still a load of charcoal in it. But we're getting there, we're getting progress. And then with the other external, I've got another row of holes on the bottom, another row of small holes, a 12mm hole, then a 10mm hole. So that should be plenty now, because it really smoked. When it just had this row of 12mm holes, it smoked like a train. Yeah, it's terrible. So yeah, so I'm going to tack it up again and see where it goes. more of the manky paint, which is decent. You know what? I'm really loath to fully weld this until I've burnt it a few times. So here, that's all we've got left from everything I burnt last night. It's all burnt away to pretty much nothing, which is decent. There's no big lumps of coal in there. Happy with that. That's tacked on there. But honestly, I may just tack that on, get it painted, and I think that will be perfectly decent for what we want. It's splayed out a little bit, so I'm just going to get a couple of tacks on. What's wrong with the gas bottle? It's a design classic. Hi guys, hope you enjoyed that. Just a reminder, my 5,000 subscriber giveaway is still open. It's going to be open for about another 6 weeks. I've had a couple of entries already. So all you need to do is have a go at friction firelighting, any of the methods as long as it's friction firelighting, and either give me a shout out on YouTube or post some pictures and tag me on Instagram. So go subscribe to me on Instagram as well, because I tend to share a lot more photos on Instagram when I'm busy, when I haven't got time to make videos. Okay, thanks guys.